This is the way the edge of my property looked, kind of like all this. I own somewhere from about this point over here at an angle running into the woods. I'm probably like 75 feet or so from that upper garage. But this whole tree line over here used to be all encroached like the video I just showed you. And there's some rocks and a space for water to run over here, and it was just all filled in with all kinds of weeds and vines. And I trimmed up all the trees over along this edge, up pretty much as high as I could get them, so I won't have to deal with that again. So got into the woods just a little bit. You can see how thick it is once you get in past another 15 feet or so. I'm not saying I'm done there, but I'm done for now because I wanted to get that drainage ditch kind of cleared out. I cleaned up all these trees over here as high as I could get them. That's actually where I got my dogs, that they kind of go. So that's all been cleaned up pretty high. I've still got to do this edge over here. I own probably past that telephone pole over there. And this area is all grown in with that Japanese knotweed and vines and stuff. And I've trimmed a couple of trees out of here so far, but I barely got started here. My main goal is to get the area around where we're living and functioning, not necessarily territory that I haven't even been in. But I've trimmed up, you can see there's a branch that got taken down off of there. I've trimmed up some stuff in here. So but I need to come in here again and get this cleaned up. I just barely got started over here. This all needs to get cleaned up over here. There's some trees that are leaning that I'd like gone, but the wires are right there, so close, and that's a concern. This needs to be taken care of over here. But this edge here has been. So now I won't have to worry for a few years over here. Today the goal is probably to get some of this stuff over here along the driveway thinned out close to the driveway, like these trees over here. Okay, I've been working over here in the back. This was all grown in totally to where this tractor is. You couldn't even see anything or get past here. It looked kind of like over there where those forerunners are, even worse. But this whole area has been thinned out a little bit. The tree line going up this second driveway used to be, or the growth was all the way into the driveway. So now it's all up nice and high. And can get up there a little ways into the woods. So when you look up, it looks like it's kind of resembles some kind of decent grooming. I'm getting old. I don't want to be doing this over and over. So I'm hoping to just get it done now and then not have to mess with it again. And plus I've got the chipper and the tractor that's here. See, look at the woods. If you go behind this garage here and you look at all this scrub over here, this has got to get all cleaned up. See those trees that are leaning over, that big one there, or not big one, but all behind the garages. I haven't even gone there, and I haven't done, this is the way the whole tree line looked around my truck here. It was all growing into my yard, big time. And this isn't even as thick as most of that was. So you look over here, you got all this stuff over here. See, it's just a jungle in here, it's a mess. All this stuff over here, dead trees and limbs that are so short. And look at this stuff over here growing right over the truck, growing into the yard. And I took and cleaned up most of it. I started over in that area because I figured this truck needs to get moved, and when that gets moved I'll do this area up here, kind of do it in segments. But so that tree line now looks pretty good. I'm not saying I'm not going to go back into the woods a little bit and clean up, just thin it out just a little bit more, but that's all pretty much done. Got to get the pool opened up. Now look at this, huh, though? Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Now instead of having all that brush encroaching the driveway, so every time you walk up and oh my God, look at how nice and high everything is. Beautiful. Look at that big tree over there by where those tires are at the bottom of the hill. That had branches that were all the way down by that light, you know, as low as the basketball pole thing, and they were just all drooping down in the driveway. Now it's up nice and high. What a beautiful tree. So that's the way it looks up at the rooftop. Still lots of work to do, but been working at it every day.